The 3 ways to step outside of your comfort zone will be tonight's little chat. First of all, I just wanted to thank Amy and Grace and the team at Snap Fitness Cameron Park. Thanks for a great night tonight. Sometimes I like to step outside of my comfort zone and do the night classes instead of the morning classes, just to change up the routine. How do you move your body? How do you shift your mindset and energy? All of this will relate back to relationships in a moment. And it firstly comes back to the relationship with ourselves, nail on the head there. So the 3 ways that we can step outside our comfort zone, if I didn't just answer it then, is firstly, we've got to have a vision. We've got to have a vision or a thought or a goal of what it is that we want. So if we need more energy in the afternoons, or if we want to be thinking differently, or if we want to be feeling differently, we've got to move that energy. We've got to shift the mindset. So when we exercise, not that I'm a health coach, it shifts our brain chemistry, right? So that's the first step. The second step is perseverance. You can't just give up. I accidentally did 12 laps tonight. I did not want to do 12 laps. I was happy doing 4 laps. And at the age and stage in my life at the moment, most people are like, holy shit, you're running? It's like, yeah, you still got to move your body. So I got to the 4th lap and I'm like, how the heck, sorry, we lost some reception there. How the heck am I going to finish this? I'm almost crying of joy because everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're actually running. It's like, yes, I'm running. So what got me through that, because I think this can help in relationships and conflict resolution, is my vision. I went back to the vision and I'm like, I've got to finish this. And the way I'm going to complete it is through not only listening to my body and the heart rate, but also breathing through it and slowing down if I need to, but I'm still going to get the result. I'm determined to get the result. Instead of going fast like I normally would, I'm just slowing it down. I'm breathing in and out through my nose, out through my mouth, and I'm looking ahead, looking at the goal. Okay? So you've got to persevere. You can't just give up because you're having a bad hair day, or you know, someone's put you down or criticized you at work or home or school or whatever. You've got to persevere because of the vision. Now the vision is me, the best version of myself. In my eyes, I can be a better partner, a better parent, a better sister, a better daughter, all that stuff. Lost reception again, and it's raining. If we're not able to adapt to change and try new things, our brain isn't going to change. We're not going to change our mindset. So what would then be the 3rd step after we've got the vision? Okay, lost reception, sorry guys. So the 3rd step through that is, so we've had the vision, we're persevering, and if we needed to, we're slowing it down for the age and stage of life, and we're breathing through it, which is perseverance and determination still. And then the 3rd step is, I was going to say celebrating and completing it no matter what. So I think those 2 combined is there's a lot of truth in that. We've got to celebrate it and complete it, okay? And you complete it in the way that you need to. So this basic skill of taking care of our health is actually having a healthier relationship with ourselves. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like, you don't need to be lifting hundreds of kilograms. Like, I actually run slow, but I can run for a long time. Like, I've got pretty good stamina. There's other people in the class that just speed run it, and that's their strength, right? You've got your long fibers and short fibers and a lot more to do with it. But so the 3rd step is we've got to complete what we've started. So some of the stuff I've had to adapt and change. So in regards to the weights, I'm sort of like, hey, normally I can do this, and as much as I would love to do this, I'm just going to change it slightly, okay? Because I know that, so if you've got an injury or your life stage in it, then you know that you can still do fitness, but you're just going to change up the technique for safety, right? So you're still completing it, you're still stretching yourself, you're still growing, and you're still getting uncomfortable. Because if I just do the morning classes, you get used to doing morning classes, and then you're not pushing yourself to that next you're not pushing yourself to that next limit or change. So so cute. Okay, so distracted. I get easily distracted. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We all need to change occasionally. We need to be open to change. If we're not open to change, we don't have a flexible mindset, we don't have a growth mindset. All of this stuff, you've got to have a vision and understand why you're doing what you're doing. And then you've got to persevere through it. If what you're doing is respectful and good for you and other people, you've got to persevere. You can't just give up because people criticize you or put you down. That's a badass excuse. I don't care that if I come last in the class because I'd rather the safety and the technique and the stamina over doing it fast. If that's not the result or the vision, it doesn't need to be done fast, it needs to be done right, okay? So we've got to persevere and have that determination, and then through that next step, you're going to celebrate and complete. When we celebrate, you might just be like, oh, shit, I did a good job, or you're completing it. One of the girls stayed back to do 30 squats with me because I do the technique. I'm very mindful of the technique when I'm doing the weight. So it wasn't a speed race. I'm all about slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. A tweak a week, a dolly step a day. And I'm the same in my coaching and counseling business. I get people to focus on little, have a vision, understand your why. Okay, so why do we do what we do? For health, for your family, for a better world, whatever it is. And then you've got to persevere with it. Now, some people, when I say persevere and say determination, get the wrong idea. Well, if you just persevere and you're determined on that one thing, what if what you're doing is wrong? Well, it might not be wrong. Like, it might be wrong, it might be right, but we don't know unless we test it and then reiterate it. Okay, if we don't try, then we don't know. If you haven't been through something, or if you haven't actioned it, you don't necessarily know. You might know from observational data because you're examining the data, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean we know unless we've actually experienced it. Then we can really empathize with people, right? Okay, just take a breath for a sec. And then, I think I've repeated myself 3 times, but the third one is celebrating, and we celebrated as a team. We had a few people complete the tasks together, and then we celebrated at the end. Okay, naturally most people just do one class and then they go home. I did 2 because I knew that I could handle it, because I listened to my body, and there was a mad ass difference between the classes. One was all cardio, so it was all running for like half an hour pretty much, and then the next one was all strength training, so all lightweight. So I'm like, these are complete opposite classes that complement one another. So we've got to not just give up because we're puffed out. Nah, I can do another class because it's weight. How that relates to relationships, so I'm super clear on it, is for the relationship with ourselves first, we've got to have a vision of the person that we've got to have a vision of who we are, how we want to treat people, who we want to be. Okay, and some people don't like me because I swear and I don't wear makeup, and that's okay. You don't have to like me. Okay, I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to people please. I've done that, but being the nice girl didn't get me far, except workplace bullying. So now I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to be myself because who cares? And it works out way better. You reduce yourself around politics, you see people's bullshit, and you get shit done, right? So relationships, it's you have a vision, you want to take care of yourself, you want to be a decent, nice human being, then you're going to persevere and be determined. So that's being consistent. Well, I'm consistently going to respect people. Even if I swear, I'm still respecting people. I'm just passionate. Swearing is not bad, okay? Then you persevere, you're consistent with that, respecting people, being an honest citizen, being transparent, being trustworthy, being loyal. All of those things that you want in a relationship, you do for yourself. Okay? And then you relate that back to other people at work, your friendships, your husband, your wife, whatever. And then you celebrate that because you're like, hey, you know, how do you celebrate? So some people, I like to go for walks and baths and massage therapy. Great. So I might celebrate doing self-care activities like that, and other people might take themselves on a date. They might go for a hike. They might buy themselves something. So how do you celebrate your good behavior? Okay, that good change. If you haven't been like a respectful person, that's okay. Just admit that. Get vulnerable about it and make the change the pattern, and start being a respectful human being. Like I'm pretty sure most people are, but if you feel like you might want to change one of your behaviors, like say if I give an example, if they're working 12-hour days, 5 days a week, they might be coming home stressed and they're taking it out on the wife and kids because they don't have an outside hobby. Hey, how are you? So then what they do is they make an excuse and say, well, it's the kids' fault. No, it's not the kids' fault. You made that decision. You had 9 months to prepare for that. That's the commitment you've made. Okay? That you have to commit to that commitment. All right? So you can't make excuses like that. That's not fair. That's not good enough. And you've got to do better. Okay? Because that's the standard I have for myself. That's why I say that. Because that's how I talk to myself. You've got to do better. Okay, most people say, all right, well, that's self-deprecation or you're putting yourself down. No, that's how I work. If people are in both my families, I wouldn't have pushed myself to open up a business the last 6 years. It's called having a vision, persevering, being determined even when it gets hard. Okay, and then celebrating and making sure you complete, and then celebrate along the way. So this relates to life. Yeah, okay, so I think I didn't talk then because we lost reception. So if you've got the vision, you see a pattern that you want to break, it starts with you. Okay, you have that vision, you're consistent with it because you're determined, because you know that if you keep doing that behavior, it's not going to work. So if that person keeps coming home angry, him or she, whatever gender, they're going to be pissed off and upset at themselves and stuck in an anger cycle, and then continuing the anger management. And then people around them aren't understanding, why is that person angry? Because they're tired all the time, they're overworking, they're not having regular breaks, and then they're blaming it on their family. That's not good enough. So when you become aware of that cycle, you're like, hey, I've been a dick, or I've been a bitch right now. That's unacceptable behavior. I need to stop doing that. So the way that I'm going to stop doing that is and then you make the change. You don't just keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result. So we need to stop making excuses for ourselves and other people and be the change that we want to see in the world. That's pretty much it. So after that person realizes, if they've been, say, aggressive at home and angry because they're working too much without breaks, and they're blaming it on their family and taking it out on them, they can change that through awareness, through admitting it, through forgiving, and through doing the inner work, through getting vulnerable and saying, like I said, I've made a mistake here, I need to make the change. Can you forgive me on it? Let's make the change. And then you're consistent on it. You persevere, you're determined, you make that change. You don't just give up because it's fucking hard. You work through that. People say relationships are easy. They're as easy as you want them to be, but they're going to be hard sometimes. People have health challenges. They might become redundant. They lose their job. You've got to be there to support them. You don't just run away because it's hard. Same as business, same as health. You don't just run away because things get hard, okay? Unless it's for your own safety, that's a different story. So we can change patterns, we can improve. We don't just have to stop and do nothing. And that is how I believe we step into the uncomfortable. These are like the 3 ways that we can step into that discomfort and do it anyway. Because when in life is it easy and happy 24/7? All right, we don't truly appreciate or have gratitude for things if we just get it. How do we have gratitude for that? I worked hard to go to an amazing university in Sydney that's well known, okay? I did that. I made the sacrifice of time and money and energy, okay? That was hard work, okay? I got really good marks, I got good offers, I did really well in that. And that's good, that pays off because I had the why, I had the vision, I was determined and persevered, even though no one believed in me. Okay, a few people did, but most people are like, you won't go far, you won't finish year 10, you won't finish year 12, you won't, and it's like, it's not about what people think, it's about who are you and what is your vision, what do you want, and start believing in yourself, start having confidence and speaking your truth and putting yourself out there. And if you lose friends and family and people along the way, them, that's okay. All right, like I said yesterday, there's a difference between conditional love and unconditional love. All right, if people have a conditional love that unless you come to church every Sunday, we're not going to love you, that's a BS excuse. All right, there's many reasons why people choose not to have a religion or to go to those events, and that's okay. There shouldn't be judgment or ridicule, okay? That's a way of fear-mongering and control, okay? So then we have an unconditional love where you just love people for being who they are, okay? And people will unconditionally love other people when they love themselves. But if people are insecure, have a lot of fears, and they don't like themselves, how can they like other people or love other people at the depth that they're needing in relationships? Okay? And that's it. That's a wrap for hey, what are we? Tuesday night? Yes, Tuesday. I did another workout. 2 days in a row. That's pretty good. Normally I have a rest day. I thought it was Wednesday for some reason. Any feedback, takeaways, #live, #replay. Facebook deletes these videos now after 30 days. I know I say that now every live. Yes. G'day, Belle. How are you? G'day, Corinne. Lots of love to you, darling. Hope you're going well. Belle, I hope you're going well as well. And yeah, if you want to work with me, actually, firstly, join my free group if you're new to me, Create Healthy Relationships Through Here. And then I'm going to share that in the comments at the end. The second thing, if you want to work with me, this is my final group coaching for 2025. I may come back in 2026. We'll see how life is flowing. So we start in 2 weeks from today. So the 18th of March, and I know a lot of local people around here, until the 3rd of June, Tuesday nights from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Sydney time. And it's super simple, right? We meet up, a group of neurodiverse women that want to create healthy relationships, and I simply coach and counsel each one of you every Tuesday night on whatever you want coaching and counseling on. Usually it's on relationships first. So if there's any conflict in the family home, conflict at work, if you're having difficulty communicating with your partner, your wife, your husband, your kids, communicating at work can be hard sometimes too. We talk about that, and I help you to get a resolution. And yeah, I really, really, really love helping neurodiverse women because I'm also neurodiverse. And yeah, it's a great opportunity to have community, to have support and accountability every Tuesday for 90 minutes. If you get value out of these 30 to 60 minute lives, imagine asking questions on Zoom and me just coaching and counseling through whatever problem that you're going through. When I say problem, some people freak out about that word. So I'd say whatever you're feeling and thinking in that moment, if we can heal that or resolve that or acknowledge it, imagine how you're going to feel after. You're going to feel lighter, brighter and freer. Also included in that is you get the self-paced course. So you get an ebook and 12 short videos to do in your own time. And that's it. That's tier 1, and that's $84 a week for 12 weeks on a payment plan. So $999 Australian, which is cheap as chips for 3 months support or 12 weeks support. So yeah, either DM me or book in a 30-minute call if you're keen as mustard to do that. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask those questions. We've got 3 beautiful women already signed up, ready to rock and roll. And yeah, it's an absolute honor to support these beautiful women. I just love what I do. Anyway, remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you are significant, and each and every one of you have Pepsi. God bless. Happy Tuesday, and I'll pop those links. See you, Mick. Everyone's at the gym today. I don't understand because it's raining, but I do like the cooler weather as well. All right, I'll share the links. The free group, if you're not up to extracurricular activities or coaching, that's totally fine. And if you're desiring community, you have the finances and you have the time, then please do join the Soul Sisters Mastermind. Just DM me or book in a call. All right, bye.